Yeah, Mike Scott Chicago. Only way to keep calm is troubled worlds have a serene mind. I'm here with Alden. One day he came to me. Remember that time he came to me and he came, Mike, I need you to help me. I'm bleeding. I said, man, I can't help you. Got to go to the hospital, right? Remember that?
Yeah, I
So how you doing?
I'm okay.
Paul for the penitentiary. Alden, how you doing? How's life?
Life is good.
Yeah. How's your thinking today?
Thinking as well.
Yeah. So we out here. I'm like I said, recovery is about it's a filling station, and sometimes we gotta go through some darkness to get to the light. And today we on Memorial Day, and what's going on, Alden?
Well, I'd like to thank God for another day of life and for another day of sobriety. I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you all for making a conscious effort to stay sober and free from drugs just for today. I usually start my conversation or my experience about life and about recovery. Recovery is to be lived. It's not just to be experienced as something temporary. It's to be permanent, and recovery is a lifelong journey. They tell me,
Well, he that can endure the bad, and I live to see the good. So I remember the time you was going through your trials and tribulations. And we had to thinking had to change for your life to change.
thinking you have to get well.
And we talking about Paul. We talking about Paul for the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And like I said, cigarettes kills 8 million people. So I don't smoke cigarettes. Alcohol kills 3.2 worldwide. Guns kill 250,000 people die from guns. And the peace that comes from God, not Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about not reacting, whether we're like a loose garment. Thinking is change, life to change, actions change. Cool to be a square, the slow lane is the best lane. And money can't be your master, because money be your master, you do something like what? Anything
for money.
Yeah. So we don't worship God and money, but we don't serve two masters. I'm out here talking to this guy on Memorial Day. Freedom from active addiction, freedom from the mind. The mind got to be free from you. Be free, because you could be locked up and still be imprisoned by mental thoughts. So I'm just here communicating with this guy. His life is getting better. And I got another guy on the other side. I can't, he was a truck driver, and he's going through some. So I got to be here when the outcasts. People come here sometimes. When people come, somebody got to be here when we deal with the outcasts of society. And
let me share on the outcasts.
Yeah, go ahead.
In recovery, you can gain back your family, but at some point during my experience, I lost the love and welcome. My family didn't welcome me in. They didn't want to see me. In my experience, where I was drinking and drugging, I was the outcast, not just of my family, but of society. And so what we learn today, in recovery, we find our way, and we make amends to our family, and it's not by the words that we say or what we tell them, it's what we show them that changes their hearts. And now today I'm welcomed in my brother's house, I'm welcome in my mother's house. My father's passed away, but thank God my mother is still with us, and I'm welcome. She depends on me, and she relies on me to not just to be there for her physically, but spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. We heal in those areas of our life. We can't forget about the spiritual, because the spiritual part is what I'm doing now. Coming here, making meetings on a regular basis, growing spiritually. You continue to mature. You don't just you don't stay in the same state of mind that you were in. If you in recovery, you should be growing. And recovery is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be lived, and you can prosper while you're in recovery, and you should be prospering while you're in recovery. And so, one day at a time. Not so much as what happened a year from now, or worrying about what happened in the past, but just realizing and grateful to God for what you're doing today, that God is waking you up this morning and giving you another opportunity to find his purpose for you and for your life and why you were born. And so I seek that purpose each day when I wake up. And I seek to grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Okay, Mike Scott, Chicago. Happiness is not a result of wealth and luxury, but spiritual understanding. If I'm depressed, I live in the past. If anxious, I live in the future. And peace, I live in the moment. Sorrow looks back, world looks around, faith looks up. Powerful penitentiary. Mike Scott, Chicago. Cool to be a square.